Hi, viewers. We welcome you all to our podcast. Today, we have a very important segment which is called the High Achiever Spotlight. I have a candidate with me who scored a band score of 8, and it is not every day we get to see that. So, today, we're going to go beyond the band score and we're going to see what it really takes to achieve a high score like that. Welcome. Can you please introduce yourself to our viewers?
Hello, my name is Terhan Margulan. I'm from Shymkent and I currently study in Alan International School.
Okay, Margulan, we're going to dive straight into our podcast. We're going to define the differences. You have reached a band score of 8, which is a high English level proficiency. In your opinion, what is the difference between a candidate of a band score of 8 and another candidate who is probably stuck at 6, 6.57?
I've never seen much difference in between people who reach very high results within IELTS. I think it all comes down to passion about the language itself, considering that English is one of the most accessible languages within media, music, and various entertainment. I think it all comes down to whether or not the person wants to achieve a high score.
So, in your opinion, is it a matter of consistency, accuracy, or something else?
All of the above, as well as motivation and what the person want to do in the future.
Okay, a lot of people say it is about strategy or it is about mastering a language, yeah? At your level, do you think IELTS is more about strategy or to master English?
I think it's both. Every person has their own way of studying. Every person has their own shortcuts and such. But I mostly plainly just consume English-based media, and that was my own strategy.
So, can strategy make someone get a band score of 8?
Oh, definitely. Everybody is different. They all have their own ways. So I can definitely see how various strategies that are offered by teachers can help them.
So, in your opinion, where should a student focus more on?
I think just in general, understanding and expanding their vocabulary, more words mean more understanding of what people talk about, as well as reading and writing.
Okay, now we're going to look at the writing and speaking part because you tend to excel in the speaking part. Now, a band 8, it requires strong performance in writing and speaking. So, how do you move from clear answers to a high level response, especially in the speaking section? You got a band score of 8 there. So, can you tell us about the differences?
Um, Thankfully, I got a very nice interviewer. I think there's a bit of correspondence in between you and the person you're talking to, and thankfully they were paying it a lot of attention and rephrasing their question whenever I didn't understand it. I've expanded my vocabulary, like I said, through films, music, and books and such. And in general, I think it's all about confidence. I think a lot of people get a bit nervous when talking English, considering how many mistakes you can make. When you're writing it down, there's a lot less possibility, but through speaking, there's a lot of pressure on you.
There is a lot of pressure. Yeah, I do understand that. So, in your opinion, that is what separates a person who gets a band 6 from a person who got a band as yourself. How about the writing section? You got a 6.5. Can you take us through it a bit?
I've never been very good at writing. My handwriting is a bit messy.
Yeah, I complain of that all the time. But I'm so happy it's computer based.
But the topics themselves weren't much harder. I think it was simply me repeating all the words from time to time, and I haven't really expanded a lot of my ideas on part two as well as part one.
Okay. Did the structure help you?
Oh, definitely. I think a lot of advice that was given to me by my older and current teachers has definitely helped me express my ideas.
Okay, now what kind of feedback makes the best differences in your opinion?
I think it depends both on the teacher as well as the student. The student has to yearn for high scores. They have to study hard
Mm-hmm.
and expand on their ideas as well as learn more. But the teacher should help them at all times.
How do you handle a
Student.
negative feedback from your teacher?
Oh, positively, I've been pretty horrible at English when I first started. A lot of teachers used to be a bit disappointed in my results.
Uh-huh.
So all the matter was get back the feedback, learn in it, and expand, get better.
It is a good thing you channeled your frustration into pressuring yourself to work harder.
I think it also has very dependent on the environment I was raised in. The lack of understanding of English wasn't something really uncommon. Everybody didn't really understand it, so that kind of created a more comforting environment.
Okay, that's good. So, managing doubt is our next subtitle. Now, even high scorers experience uncertainty. During the exam, did you have any moment of doubt? Did you doubt in your ability? Did you doubt your confidence?
Well, a lot of times, especially doing reading, writing, and such. But I wouldn't say it has completely overwhelmed me. I can see how some people with various stress issues could have some problems.
Mm-hmm.
And what I would recommend to them is to simply calm themselves down, get something to relieve their stress, various stuff like that.
Okay, so during a time of doubt, a time of stress, you tend to be calmer.
Not really. I usually get a piece of paper and a pen to write something down, to express my thoughts, and then get back to work again.
Okay, so looking back critically, Margulan, do you think you held back from achieving a 9? Do you think you could have achieved a band score of a 9?
Well, originally I have intended to get a 7 or at least 7.5. Well,
But I told you, you have the potential of a 9. You
Yeah.
just had to aim higher.
yeah. I think what held me back the most was my inability to understand certain questions, especially in writing. I think I could have expanded on all of the stuff that I wrote there, and that was what held me back from getting a higher band.
Okay, do you think you're going to take the test again, maybe to be the first man from Shimken to get a band 9?
Uh, I don't think so. I think 8 is already enough for me. 9, I can see some people and I hope that they reach a 9. I can only pray for them. But for now, it's already enough for me.
No. Okay, now transferable skills, yeah? To what extent are the skills you developed in your IELTS preparation important for your daily communication?
Well, I don't talk to people who carry the English language every day. I think it definitely has helped me to express myself more fully in front of my family as well as friends. There's many aspects of it, especially through online chatting with various individuals. It has definitely helped me on the online studying I did a little bit.
At Allen International School, we tend to prepare students for the IELTS exams from grade 9 to grade 11, yeah? Now, in your opinion, how effective are these methods? Do you think it is helping students?
Oh, definitely. While my previous courses and experience with studying English have been very positive, I think Allen International has stepped up it a bit. It's a whole another level. The teachers here are extremely nice and passionate about their work. They study this and teach their students very extendedly and have paid great attention to their failures as well as successes.
Okay. If you were mentoring a student who is aiming for a band score of 8, what are 3 things they must do consistently to achieve their score?
Well, I think there's a lot of passion into this. I think the person has to show interest in this sort of language. One technique I use specifically to get a bit of a higher score on the test on that I performed on the computer was to write my answers down on listening, since typing it out was a bit too long. In speaking, I think they should completely erase everybody else in the room and only look at the person they're talking to. And in writing, they should keep themselves calm and keep the subject itself very simple.
Okay, Margilan, yeah? So we come to the final part. What is the next thing for Margulan? What do you aim to do after these exams?
Well, IELTS has been a huge part of my life, all up to this point. So passing it now, I think I'm ready to move on to SAT and other subjects and all my other interests.
Okay, thank you very much, Margilan. It was nice to have you on the podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
This is an insightful proof that it is not only about your ability to get a band score of 8, but it is about awareness, discipline, determination, and a lot of reflection. At Allen International School, we're going to keep on exploring students' experiences. See you in our next podcast.